Grab your cup. Let's talk about emotions and feelings because they are two different things. We often use them interchangeably when we're talking, but they're actually two different things. And if you're interested in any kind of personal growth, you'd like to move yourself into a different direction or a different ability in your relationships or how you deal with life, if you're always in anxiety, how you choose relationships, then understanding this difference and then doing what it takes to get a better handle on them would really be helpful. So emotions and feelings. Let's talk about feelings first. Feelings are like an innate tool, an innate response that we have that's there to protect us and also there to guide us, like an intuition. So it's, you get a feeling when you walk into the room, something's not okay here. You get a vibe. It's just an internal sense. You feel it in your body. That's why it's a feeling. You feel it in your body, like there's a response. You might have a feeling about a job, like I just know this is the one, this is what I need to take. You might have a feeling about a person. You might have a feeling that is not good. That didn't really feel good. And then a lot of times we shut that down, which is why if you're looking for personal growth and making better decisions and not being the same way, you want to really understand this, because that internal navigation system that we all have built within us, and kids have it, kids are great with it, like little kids, because they haven't yet learned to shut it off and not trust it. At least they haven't done that as many times as somebody who's 40 or 50 or 60 has, right? So a little kid, even before they have language, can walk into a room, a 15-month-old, can look at the people in the room and can tell. They get a feeling in their body. It's not okay in here, right? It's a response through the body that's telling you yay or nay. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Emotions are frequencies of energy. Emotion is energy in motion. So it's specific frequencies of specific emotions that are in response to a thought you're having. So if you just walk into a room and you get a feeling, it's not like you necessarily had a thought. In fact, the feeling will probably then generate the thought. You get this feeling and you go, ooh, something's not right. That's the thought. Emotions are the other way around. You have a thought, somebody just did something mean to me. Somebody just disrespected me. You have the thought, and now the emotion will come up that's a match to that thought. You might get angry. You might feel betrayed. You have a thought, oh my God, that was so wonderful. Something really good. You just received a card in the mail and you're like, oh, that was so nice. The emotion is happiness or excitement or joy. So emotions are specific frequencies of energy that get generated in response to and go along with the thoughts that you're having. Feelings are an innate navigation system that tells you when things are okay, when things are not okay. What happens is we get very practiced, really oftentimes, at shutting both of them down. Or if we don't have great emotional regulation, we get stuck in the same kinds of feelings that aren't helpful. So let's talk first about shutting them down. If you got the message a lot when you were young that certain feelings are not okay, it might be, go in your room if you're going to be sad. I don't want to see that sad face around here. Or don't you get angry with me. What I say goes. When you grow up, then you can decide. But right now, you don't get to be angry. You don't get to have a say in what I'm telling you. So we learn certain emotions are not okay. So we have to try to shut those down, not express them, not show them. And then we get a lifetime of doing that. That impacts our ability to tune into that navigation system, that internal protection system, that vibe that you get. They impact each other, because when you don't allow yourself to feel the emotions that you have, you start to disconnect from yourself. You disconnect and you don't trust yourself. Oh, if I'm feeling sad or angry, there must be something wrong. You don't trust that. So you're also not going to trust the feelings in your body that say this isn't okay. If it's like a red flag from someone, or let's say a great opportunity comes along and you want to take it and you have a great feeling, but now you don't trust yourself. Oh, what if I make a mistake? You start to talk yourself into all the reasons why maybe it's not good. But meanwhile, your body was like, this is awesome. This is what I want. Or you meet someone and you want to have a relationship with them, but you see some red flags. Your feelings, your body says, that didn't feel so good the way they just talked to me. That wasn't okay. But you shove it down, you talk yourself out of it, and you don't allow your feelings of that hurt me, that was hurtful, or resentment, they just, negated what I said was important to me. You're not listening to those. So emotional regulation is the ability to recognize that we have these emotions, these frequencies of energy that are going to show up. Trust that you can feel your way through them. You can allow that energy to be felt and acknowledged and let it move through, whatever it is. Anger, resentment, sadness, grief, all of those things. We're not afraid so much to feel the better ones, the more renewing ones. But here's the thing. If you practice shutting them down, you shut down all of them. So a lot of people will say, yeah, I don't ever really get angry, I don't ever really get sad, but I'm never really that happy either. Because you can't have it both ways. If you shut them down, you shut them down. And if you're shutting down your intuition because you're disconnecting to yourself, you're feeling even more disconnected. You get yourself into even more trouble because you don't have that internal navigation system turned on. It's still there, but you don't have it turned on. In a recent coaching call, I was just talking with a client, and we were talking about, the nervous system, and when we get triggered into anger or upset. And here's what I want you to know. This will be another conversation because it's longer, but when emotions come up, it's not that we're not supposed to feel them. It's when you get stuck there and you stay there, right? But your nervous system is designed to protect you. So if someone's attacking you, it's appropriate to feel attacked. It's appropriate to have a thought of, that's not okay. I'm angry. Now I'm angry that you're talking to me that way. That is an appropriate response. The emotional regulation that she has, which is so great, because a year ago, without the emotional regulation, when things like that happened, she spiraled into staying really upset and beating herself up and not being able to deal with it. Now, she can see the same person can be attacking, as was happening a year ago. She can feel attacked, but also know that she can navigate herself out of it and she doesn't stay there. And now she's ready for even more growth of, okay, how do I cope with it myself? So it's emotional regulation. It's tuning into your intuition, your internal guidance system about what's good, what's maybe not so good for you, and allowing the frequencies of emotions, even the ones that are more difficult, to move through you. That's all a really big piece of returning to you. It's your internal guidance system, and it's you having control of your emotions. If you've shut any and all of that down, you're giving your power away. You've disconnected from yourself, and you're seeing that and feeling that in your relationships and in your life with your anxiety. If that's happening, drop me a comment. that you want to connect, and I'll make sure we have a conversation.